Hello and welcome back to Road to Arceus. This is going to be a bit of a doozy open episode, it being over an hour long. I know, ridiculous really if you ask me about it, but we are here. And as you can see, we're at Corviknight, and today's episode we're going to try and see if we can get to Azelf. Now, of course, with the episode being this bloody long, obviously, it's not going to be hard to come to the conclusion that we don't win every game in this video. And that's not even to say if we even get to Azelf. So let's see if we can in this video. Hopefully so. So because it's such a long one, definitely chill out, relax. I'm going to be a bit more chill, of course, in this episode because talking for an hour straight can take quite a toll, believe it or not, especially on someone like me. But in this episode, a few things to cover quickly. We have chat on the screen, as you can see. I am live streaming this, as always, as I say. And with me live streaming, then, of course, that means you can come along and watch too. So if you want to check it out, then definitely check it out on my Twitch streams. I don't really have any set times. I'm aiming for Mondays, but it depends what's going on Monday, you know what I'm saying? So I did it this weekend, actually, because I had my son on the Monday, so I wasn't able to stream that night. But or during the day, usually anytime during the day. Listen, I stream when I want. How about that? Yeah. But yeah, I do stream it, so that's why you see the chat there. So if you're gonna come along and watch Road to Arceus or RTA live, then you're more than welcome to. We are in this episode playing Chien-Pao. Now, the reason I want to start Chien-Pao is because it just looked a bit fun, and I think this was shortly after it this was shortly after the Orlando regionals. I think when I first recorded this part of the episode. I think it was a few days of recording to get this episode done over time. So through streams, just little recordings here and there. And this was just recently after Orlando, where I think it was the Chien-Pao show. Obviously, Dialga won, but it was like 3 or 4 Chien-Paos in the top 8 or something like that. It was ridiculous. And on top of that, I kind of wanted to just try Chien-Pao again because I tried it before and I didn't really like its sequencing personally. I didn't really have fun with it. And I was like, well, let me see if I'm just missing something. What if I just give it another go and see if I actually start to get a bit of a hold of it, its sequencing, because Chien-Pao, although simple in concept, is extremely sequence reliant. Super sequence reliant. Here, as you can tell, we're already seeing that come into effect, not knowing whether I should discard and then Bibarrel because I didn't want to lose that rare candy. And I decided to Bibarrel and then go for the superior energy retrieval, which is nice and all if I had a way to retreat that Greninja, which I didn't. So I needed to think of a different way here because I didn't hit the Iron Hands, which is what we needed here, of course, for the Lost Box matchup. So I had to just go for a little collect, which, yes, does suck, but I didn't have the hands play, and I had nothing really to go for. I guess I could have attacked with Baxcalibur, could have maybe hit the 90 of Greninja. That felt terrible with Manaphy down. That doesn't feel good. So I was like, I don't really know what I should do here. And let's just kind of go for collect and just take it from there. So I feel like I respect the rare candies a little too much in this deck. Obviously, 3 rare candy feels very slim, especially when there's a lot of discard going on and thinning. Obviously, Silene is there to allow you to recover the rare candies if you need to. So maybe I should be a bit more open for that. But obviously, we just want hands. And honestly, I'm happy at the start because, we got our backs pretty quickly. We had hands. We ran into hands very fast, where sometimes you kind of struggle to get hands out. So I was perfectly fine with that, to be honest with you. And one thing I don't properly utilize here, and as you see, I'm not getting Fridge out for a very specific reason. And that's because of Sableye. I can see Sableye chilling there. And I know a lot of you are thinking, sure, get the second Fridge down now because, once backs goes down, you're screwed. Well, not really, right? Because, and we obviously hit it here with the code breaking. We just need to make sure we sequence correctly. Again, I may be overvaluing that rare candy. But, and with that, as you can see, I'm really debating that Frigivax. But no, don't do it because Sableye would just take it out, take my Bidoof out, take 2 prize cards. They're taking 2 prize cards anyway with the Greninja. But I'd rather have that Sableye out of the way and then maybe bench a Frigivax to make sure I've got protection for the Baxcalibur. And on top of that, because we're attacking with hands, we're less reliant on the Baxcalibur because, well, we don't need to accelerate a bunch of energy into play like we do with Chien-Pao, right? We don't discard any energy. So if they, boss KO the Baxcalibur, we'll just KO whatever comes up with the hands, right? Assuming they don't come up with 2 prizes. Obviously, this is some form of Lost Box, so they definitely have 2 prizes in there. at least I thought, and we'll see if they do. But that was kind of my thought process anyway. And also I'm still learning, right? I'm still learning the Chien-Pao deck. So I'm going to have parts where I'm just not going to be making the right calls, especially with this many games that we have in today's episode. So yeah, but as I said, sit back, relax, grab a snack and chill out, man, because yeah, it's a long one. It literally double the length I aim for. You should aim for 30-minute episodes where there's like 5 games in an episode, because this is why I cut up the games and make sure I do them all at pretty high tempo, is because there's just so many games per episode usually now, because obviously I want to make sure I get to Arceus rank at a good rate. You know what I mean? If I do like an episode a week with like 3 or 4 games, the ladder reset alone is going to set me back. So I need to get a good chunk of games in per episode in order to actually get to Arceus for the series to make sense. And so here we are. Now, but as this episode goes on, just want to say, I'm not really going to focus too much on retention. You know, I like having high energy and stuff like that, and kind of filling dead air. But in this episode, it is just a chill one. I cannot talk for an hour straight, bro. Yeah, I'm going to try it, though. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a whirl. As you can see here, I'm sitting here kind of looking at that Sableye, contemplating, do I get these single prizes out? And I decide to. You know, we have the Frigibacks and Bidoof down, so they come back with a Sableye. Yes, they get 2 prize cards, but then you're not dealing with my hands. And if you're not dealing with my hands, then I just win that way. So because of that prize trade, I'm thinking, oh, okay. We're fine, right? We're absolutely fine. They can go for a Sableye. We will be okay. And yes, that is me kicking a Pikachu in high speed. That's the live stream, of course, the follow alert. So I was tempted to take off the follow alerts, but nah, we are absolutely fine keeping it in there. Yeah, so as you can see, there's the chat there. There may be some clips or some games where there's going to be no chat on the left-hand side. And the reason why is because sometimes I don't do it live. Sometimes I just want to get a few games in to like push through the last little bit. You know, if I'm a few games away from ranking up, you know, I'm more than happy to just sit down alone, you know, whack on some music or put on a YouTube video and then just play those games through to get to that rank and then add that for the end of the episode. So that might happen in future episodes as well. So maybe some games with chat, some games without. Either way, we're here trying to get to Arceus. So that's the main goal here. Now, I quickly realized, oh, we just have Greninja Cologne here. And that way, this is why Cologne is obviously played. It's super good for the Lost Box. Just come in, go for Cologne. See you later, mate. And that's 2 Donnies gone. And that's our first game of the episode. And that's my first burp of the episode. It is GG. 420 now in Corviknight. Going into the next game. Obviously, not every game's going to be that length. In fact, that's one of the longer games of the episode, believe it or not, I think, actually. If I'm looking at it by just guessing, by looking at these games that we have coming up, I'd say this is the longest, the second to longest, I would say, game this episode, which is really cool, actually. It goes to show the ladder, right? The ladder doesn't have any sort of consistency in terms of pacing, right? It's just, it depends on what you get. So we have a Lugia here, which isn't a good matchup, right? If you think about it. Right, because the Minchinos, we can't Greninja them. You know, they're attacking with Minchinos, and even if we force a single prize board, we're still falling behind on the price trade. So Lugia is actually a troublesome matchup for Chien-Pao for that reason alone. Now, the one thing Chien-Pao does have up its sleeve is aggression. So because Lugia needs to set up, right? And we're going first, so that's fantastic. So Lugia's got to set up. So if they get a Lugia V down and not a second one, then we can target that Lugia, right? Oh, another burp hit coming in. There you go. That's IBS for you. You talk for so long, the gas control goes crazy, and next thing you know, you've got a load of gas built up. So that's just what it is for me. Yeah, and you can see they had to call for family to get a Lugia down. Now, they may have overbenched because, honestly, you should have kept that Minchino down. But then again, if the Minchino goes, then you need another Minchino to follow up with, right? So if you expect a KO, then you really should maybe go for a Minchino and then 2 Lugia V there. But it is difficult with that bench spacing. But me, I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. We've got Prime Catch. You know, I just need to get my backs out and get some energy, and we can just literally OHKO that Lugia, and that's huge because 2 prizes, and they've got to wait another turn. Yeah, filth, absolute filth, and this is the aggression of Chien-Pao that I started to kind of fall in love with. So a quick question, by the way, as we pretty much just destroy this Lugia and a raid from Vice Games. Hello, that energy that I didn't attach, right? from the Bax Caliber to Chien-Pao. Should I be attaching that? You know what I mean? Should I be? I don't know. Obviously, you don't attach it if it's going to go down, but because that Chien-Pao wasn't going to go down, maybe I should have attached that extra energy in case of Iono or anything like that. But then I'm always like, but what if I need that energy for concealed cards? I guess it's context space, I guess, as to why whether you should or shouldn't attach an energy that you don't need for that term with the backs. Obviously, sometimes you want to do it because, you know, your backs could get KO'd, right? So there is that, but either way. Right, we have a Miraidon. Now, the thing is, Miraidon, someone's asked if I played Andrew Mahomes list. No, I think I was playing Grant Shen. I think it was. Was it? I don't know. I think it was. He's the one that came second at Orlando, right? Must have been his deck. I don't know if Mahone had the same list or not, to be fair to you, but at that regional. But either way, we are playing against Regieleki with the Miraidon. That's because, of course, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, that maybe even the one before, I'm a waffler, man, I really am. That Miraidon is obviously on the up, with it performing very well in the Japanese scene right now. So obviously Miraidon, as we know now in Japan, is actually, oh, there goes me mic, is actually doing well because it can deal with Dragapult. Not comfortably, but it can deal with it, of course, because it has the hands in the early game, the Raichu in the late game. You know, that's a good idea. Oh, burp coming again. Lovely. So Miraidon deals with that, and of course can deal with Lugia, because Lugia is looking to be a S tier next format as well. Very, very good because of Carmine, allowing you to discard your hand turn 1, which I'm sure a lot of Lugia players will just adore during setup. And on top of that, also have the outs to the Ursaluna, or Ursalana, Ursaring, and also having access to Legacy Energy. So there's a lot of buffs for Lugia coming out in this set. Oh, kicking the Pikachu again. And because of that, you know, Miraidon suddenly just gets a bit better because of the way the format has developed. So yeah, that's probably why we're seeing that, and you may be seeing it a lot more on the ladder yourself. Especially with I think what's helped a lot, just as a side note, is Limitless. Like Limitless has really opened up that space a little bit, because the only ways you could really see how Japanese decks were doing online in the West, obviously there's multiple ways, but the most popular was Pokekar on Twitter, who still does very, very consistently post City League result decks and stuff like that. Honestly, such an insane level of commitment to that world to allow us in the West to see it. So honestly, really, really cool. And then obviously there's Toyn Lei as well on Twitter, who again I think resides in Japan and also helps a lot with the leaks of the cards coming out in the future. So big parts of Twitter there. But Limitless being able to get that data themselves and put it onto Limitless just gave so much more people who, you know, didn't follow Pokekar, didn't know who Pokekar was, didn't have Twitter or don't use Twitter as much or aren't as involved on Twitter, to then actually start to, legitimately be able to recognize what's going on in Japan, and actually, you know, there's more eyes on it, right? So therefore there's going to be more impact on the West online than there was beforehand. So that's actually like a massive difference here, as we get a massive 1K on this right. That's the beauty of the big barrel in the Chien-Pao, is the fact that you can just go ahead and just draw massive, not massive hands, but just draw your hand back after thinning it all down with the backs. It's such a beautiful feeling. But yeah, so obviously this may be a sign of that, or it may just be someone who likes, you know, I did just notice an Arceus there, so maybe this is nothing what I thought it was. But yeah, we're coming in now. I think we did fall behind a little bit, but we're back in now because of the fact that they whiffed something here. They were too scared to attack with the Regieleki, of course, because I can Oko it. And looking at that Zero Aura, obviously you think Iron Hands, right? You're thinking, okay, I don't want to take a 1 prize here. They're trying to force the price trade off for me. So let me just do a bit of recovery and get some energy there off of that Super Rod play. I don't know why I was debating getting the third there. I did get 1 there onto the Chien-Pao for retreat. Nest Ball, grab myself an Iron Hands. Obviously we can Superior, get rid of an Ultra Ball and a Puffin, and we are super colding onto the hands, where we are now just going to be able to come in and just take 2 prizes again. Like, it doesn't even matter. This is the power of Chien-Pao, right? It can have a lot more control in the price trade compared to many other decks, because of course let's say in Charizard matchups, let's say for example, where you need a lot more prize trade control, you can force a single prize board, right? By just, you know, making sure you're careful with what attackers you bench and when, you know, and that could be a very, very big deal. This is why I'm toying with the idea of adding like a single prize as a Chien-Pao, just an attacker, you know, maybe not Kyogre because it's got such a high attack cost, but something that could just come in and just go for a swing, right? Because if you want to force a single prize board, why not have an attacker that can also help in that in that process too, right? Not to say that Chien-Pao really needs that, because of course what Chien-Pao usually does is it forces a single prize board and then it can come out the next turn with Chien-Pao for the attack, right? So then that's kind of how it works. But yeah, you have a lot more prize control in that sense. Obviously Chien-Pao is fantastic at 1-hit KOing 2 prizes, right? Probably one of the best in the game at doing that. And so that's got that side covered, right? So it could take out anything basically. So it's not scared of that. And it's not bothered by single prize matchups because of the hands, right? As we saw, and of course the Greninja, as we saw with the Lost Box. So it just has a lot of its grounds already covered, which I think is really cool. And that's why I kind of like the deck and why I'm understanding its true power. I'm seeing it come in here and it's already shown itself in this game alone. So we get a 1-hit KO for game on the Regieleki Remax because, you know, we had the, I forgot how we did the original 2 prizes, but we had the Iron Hands come in and then we had the Chien-Pao come in. But we are at Charizard rank now, halfway there. As you can see though, we're not halfway there for the video. Right, I'm gonna take a sip of my drink because I am absolutely going dry mouth. Don't know if you can hear me gulp there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, right. So into the next game. This is game number 4 of the video. And we have I think I know what this is. Do I? Wait. Oh, look at that. I think I figured it out. It's Dialga. Yep, we have Dialga here, man. And this is an interesting match because from what I saw I think it was in Orlando, it was far more even than I thought it was meant to be. And look at this board state. This is the board state you want all the time, by the way, just as a side note. 2 Bidoof, 2 Fridge, and a Greninja. That's kind of the ideal board state for this deck, I think. In the turn 1, right? Or turn 2. But it's a lot more winnable than I thought it was for Chien-Pao. Because usually you just think, oh, weakness, right? It's easier to KO the backs. It's easier to KO Chien-Pao. Obviously, you have the one thing that Dialga has that needs to be utilized here is Zamazenta. Because Zamazenta, of course, can come in and you can force a single prize board and take massive knockouts and things like Chien-Pao. So that's what they really should be doing, but they're going straight into Dialga. But I'm noticing something right away here, like very, very fast. And that is, there's 2 Beldum. And I have a Greninja. I have the Frog. And so with the Frog, we can definitely do something. Now, why I'm not thinking about just fading this. I think I played that Nest Ball and then realized I shouldn't have played it. So now I'm like, oh, should I just get the bundle out anyway? Or maybe I'm doing it to thin. Oh no, I'm doing it to thin, right? Okay, that makes sense now. I am doing it to thin. All right, yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. We get hands back there, could be useful. And then we have barrel and no energy. So we could whiff it here unless we get something good and we get the 100 discard pile, meaning we have to make a decision. And we make it. 1 energy off the superior retrieval just to allow this Moonlight Shuriken, but it isn't gonna be a bad choice for sure because we're just shutting down that Star Chronos for next turn, which is huge. Taking 2 prizes, that means we can get, if we get a Chien-Pao, we can OHKO that Dialga and go to 2 prizes before they even get the Chronos. That's huge, right? They just really want to get Chronos, so stopping that with the Greninja is massive. And look, if they bench another Beldum, we just Shuriken again. And that's like huge stuff here. Either way, they go for a boss. I bet this Dialga Donnie was playing Manaphy now, huh? I see Flamus is giving some sort of advice in the chat there. I mean, alternatively, you could have benched the Power Retreat Greninja. I'm not reading that because I can't be bothered. What was that meme? I saw Joe from Twin Leaf who was doing some beta testing. He put it in our beta testing chat. I think it was like, I'm not reading that. I'm happy for you or I'm sorry for your loss, whichever one. We all know that meme. So right now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I have Red Candy backs, but like, what if I need to discard that back to the Ultra Ball to get the barrel next turn? Because we lost our barrel, right? So is it actually better to just pass up here and give them bundle? Now, of course, they could boss up back to Caliber, but that's fine. Obviously, we just go for a Red Candy backs. But of course, they could also boss Bidoof. So that was the threat. So this is a big turn where we need to hope nothing happens here. They do get a Beldum out. And this is a board state you kind of want. Yeah? Where if I go for a Moonlight Shuriken, I'm not taking out 2 Beldum. Except they went on Poffined, which was a massive mistake because you have now just said, all right, I'm going to KO you. Fine, you get to go for your Star Chronos. So they popped off Star Chronos, fine. In this case, we bring up the Frigibacks, yeah? That means I just simply Greninja the turn afterwards and take 2 prizes. And then all of a sudden, it's a single prize board. You can't take 2 prize cards. And all I need to do then is make sure I've got a Bat's Caliber next turn and a Chien-Pao, right? And we can go for the Oko. Granted, it's not guaranteed, obviously. But what they should have done here and what they didn't do, as you can see here very, very soon, is they didn't evolve the Beldums. They kept that Beldum in play, not learning from their lesson or just not getting it and giving us a massive chance here. So I'm now thinking, okay, I have concealed cards, right? Energy is like very important right now, but I could Cypher Maniac and get like the retrieval. And I think what I should have been getting here was Ultra Ball to get myself the barrel. Not sure why I'm eyeing up Rod so much. I have a feeling it's for another fridge to come back. I think I needed to develop that board state. I think that was the idea. And look, so I'm thinking, right, do I Pokestop first or Rod? Because, you know, if I get these Pokemon back, then I'm kind of screwed if I hit them with my Pokestop, because then it's just you know, pointless Rod at that point. But obviously I then realized, oh wait, I've got Poffin. So it's no problem. So now I could Poffin get a fridge and a backs down. So much more secure. And then we go for a Pokestop, hitting 2 superiors, but a bit of an awkward discard there, having to get rid of the Arena to save a rare candy. Maybe I'm giving too much respect to rare candy here. But I think my signing was gone at this point, so that makes sense. Debating an attachment for retreat there, but again, not a big deal. I don't know, maybe what I should have done here is attached to... No, we're fine, right? Because what they should do here is KO my Bat's Caliber, but they didn't. They Iono'd, so that's huge. Because if they KO my backs, then I have to then evolve. But then I have Pokestop and Bidoof down. So hopefully we could do something there. But thankfully, that is not what transpired. What transpired is, well, what we're seeing here. And they are just going to, I guess, continue to develop board. I mean, what they really should do is try and get Zamazenta going. And I think they are. They hit 2. Unfortunately, not 1. Meaning they can't retreat to Zamazenta, take a KO, and give me the single prize board. As you can see, there's a lot of back and forth here in comparison to what you'd expect. That Chien-Pao is beautiful, by the way. It's exactly what we wanted. We get Ultra Ball. Oh, yeah. You see? Absolutely crazy Pokestop there. Gets us the barrel. Looking for the deck, seeing what options I've got. Of course, knowing I can Chien-Pao for some energy is quite nice as well. Again, extra thinning. So we super cold onto Bidoof. I think I retreat, Shivery, attach. That's what I should be doing, so that's what I do. Yeah. Retreat, Shivery, chill, attach, because obviously I'm going for the Oko here. And then 1 superior energy retrieval is all I need. And we have whiffed it. Unfortunately, we didn't get there. So the sad reality here is we were so close to winning, but we didn't. I think what I should have done here, now that I think about it, is retreat and collect, you know, and just hope they don't get the boss. Oh, no, they needed 1 prize to take anyway. No, we lost. Okay, yeah. Oh, what I'm waffling about, mate. That is definitely just a fat L there. Well, not really. We did try, didn't we? So is what it is. First loss of the game. That said, you know, 3 weeks, 3 wins on the trot, and then the first loss. Nah, that's absolutely fine. Really, really positive win rate. Should be doing fine. Let's take another sip of me water. Oh, God. I should be paid on the clock for this. Starting Iron Hands, that is bad. You don't want to start Iron Hands. Oh, someone subscribed there. Unless you can get something with it, right? Unless you can start attacking with it and you need to. In this case, it's a mirror, which is a bit scary starting your hands because, look, fine. It's rough. It's just rough blood. Blood is waffling here because at the end of the day, we're going second, right? That's bad. So they've already had their turn. They can back next turn and take a 1k on my Iron Hands. And then all of a sudden, I'm behind on the prize trade and they're even better set up. So it's like, oh God, this is like rough. Like if I started a Frigibacks, fine. That's okay. I could like force a single prize board state, not overbench like crazy. So they can't go for the Greninja, or in that case, I probably would have had to do triple Frigibacks to make sure that if they do go for Greninja, at least I have a Baxcalibur. But going second, starting a hands in a Chien-Pao mirror is bad. Obviously, there's no two ways about that. So they get Baxcalibur, they get Greninja down, and they go for an Ultra Ball here, and they get Big Barrel, of course. So don't know if they played their supporter per turn just yet, because they did get rid of it in Iono. Oh, they did, right? They did it for, what's it called? A reader, right? Yeah, they did it for a reader. So in that case, fine. Yeah, they've done that, and they are continuing to develop board state. They have kind of overbenched here, though. You know, throwing that Manaphy down, which is interesting to see, because obviously they're a bit prepared for the mirror there. Is that right? Because you can't obviously KO this Iron Hands now. And now you've just given me the option to charge up hands here. I'm like relatively close with the hand that we have. I am getting a Red Candy and a Frigivax, of course, to be extra safe here. So I'm thinking, well, if I just get like Big Barrel and just hopefully get some good pulls here, I could really get ahead. Except we didn't get any good pulls. Absolute trash, mate. Go for a Greninja, and again, it's kind of garbo. We don't get anything of worth. We need a vessel, we need some energy, and we're just not pulling it. And that's a massive turn, a massive opportunity kind of missed here, where they can now start to, well, their only attacker really available is Greninja, right? So if they get Greninja going, which they're probably going to do, then they could take out Frigivax, ping the Baxcalibur, and that puts more pressure on me, and it gets a bit difficult. So let's see if they pull that off. They get Retrieval and a bundle, and of course they can discard the bundle and something else maybe. An Ultra Ball in that case to get energy back, and there you go. Unfortunately, they were able to pull it off and go for a Moonlight Shuriken. Now, it's not the end of the world, of course. I could pull back still. I could still get that crucial 2-price KO on that Greninja. I needed it this turn, and I'm just not finding the energy. We really need it. This is where Chien-Pao comes in, like, you know, being able to come to Chien-Pao deactive, Shivery Chill and stuff like that. Hands in the active just feels terrible. And you can see here me debating to go all in. And I go for a Concealed Cards. We get Pokestop, and again, sequencing. Do I Super Cold here onto the Iron Hands? And or do I Retrieval away 2 Rare Candy, or Retrieval away a Rare Candy plus energy? And in all that confusion, I just go for a Pokestop, fail it, and fail that Puff in there. And here's where I failed to identify a critical problem, which you're probably identifying now. That is, I should be playing this Retrieval, because as you can see here, we have absolutely whiffed it. And that's a big deal, because all they've got to do is Moonlight Shuriken again. Yeah, as you can see someone in the chat, Banana Man, that's very bad. It is, because they can Moonlight Shuriken, take out Baxcalibur and Frigivax, and that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, because now, boom, I'm done. I can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? At least I should have, you know, Retrieval anyway, and at least put a couple of energy on the Iron Hands so I could respond with something. But I was like so caught up in the game, so tunnel visioned. If I'm thinking correctly, I got to remember how it was on stream. You can check the VOD if you want. You can see what I was like, but I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure I was too tunnel vision to identify that Greninja play. And obviously, as a result, I gotta take out Big Baxcalibur and Frigivax with the Moonlight Shuriken. And at that point, what can you do, man? What can you do? It's pretty much a wrap at that point, and you're just kind of screwed. You know, like, okay, maybe I can take a couple of turns to try and recover, but 3 prizes left, Iron Hands in the active. No. So we go for a scoop, another loss. Kind of a blow. Back down to 440 now. Is it raining outside? Bruh, we've had heat all week, bro. 20 or 25 degrees, and it's raining. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, let me double check this. Oh, it's raining. No, I've got to pick up my son soon. Of course, it only rains during the school runs. Right. A fire? Ooh, is this Zard? Look, a lot of you probably think I know what's coming up. I don't. I don't, bro. I don't. I honestly don't, because it's Zard, okay? Yeah, I don't, because I recorded these videos like split, like obviously different live streams and stuff. And as I said, some of them not even live. So I recorded it actually in a like a time period. So I don't remember many of these games. I barely remember what I played yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It was Magnus Zone. It's fine. I'm not that bad, okay? But another lovely setup here. Yeah, where we have the double fridge, double Bidoof, and Greninja. That's always what I look for when I play Chien-Pao, because it just is cozy. Now, of course, this matchup is going to be interesting, but we could argue we're slightly favored, obviously, with the fact that we can Oko Charizard, and, you know, that's kind of a big deal, especially like a little Chien-Pao there's cheeky, but I'm debating hands again. I'm like, oh, there's so many single price Pokemon. But if I'm honest with you, I don't think it's worth. I think in this case, you just need consistency. We need to find energy. We need to do things here. And now I retreat into Bidoof because we have Dead Drew again. A lot of brick situations that come up here, which kind of sucks. And I was hoping, oh, let's hope they do it. Nope. 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 As you can see, this is most likely towards version of Charizard. I think, was this popular during Orlando, or was it? No, I know he won the regional afterwards. Was it regional? Was it? Oh, I don't know. Jesus Christ. No, LEIC is not here yet, so it's not LEIC. I think it's the most recent one after this was recorded. So this was just towards list anyway. The whole Bibarel and Pidgeot engine for consistency and anti-stall strategy coming up here. So it's going to set up quite nicely. Now, the one thing I'm paying close attention to right now when watching this is their lack of Charmander, right? So it's all fine and dandy, you know, once you get yourself that Charizard. You can see they're probably eyeing up a boss KO here. I think they are, by getting that max belt, unless they're just anticipating it later. Oh, yeah, see, look, just an absolute lack here. Now, what can we do here, boys? Yeah. Oh my God, it's absolutely chucking it down now with rain. Sounds like a storm. What we can do, sorry, that's like full ADHD. What we can do here is Moonlight Shuriken. They have not benched a Manaphy. They have a Cleffa and a Charmander down. We can remove their attacker from board and just cause serious issues. So let's see if we can pull it off. There's an Arida, which should do it. Wasn't paying attention to my discard pile, so I don't know what's in a discard pile. Obviously, I think in this case, I should Pokestop first, but I'm not. I guess I'm not then. Oh, no, of course, you need the bags. Yeah. Dodoy. Don't listen to me, okay? I'm just a stupid boy who doesn't know what he's doing with himself. Do I Ultra Ball here? I think I should, right? Oh, wait. Do I have it in a discard pile? I do! Oh, yes! Okay, so we actually have to play here. I think I'm debating the Ultra Ball for Bibarel, because I could Ultra Ball away the Rod. And the whatever, I forgot what else avocado I had in there. I'm kind of like fried. My brain is super fried right now. But I've been commentating for half an hour straight without taking a breath. All right, give me a moment. All right, you know what I'm saying? Give me it. But nonetheless, we're just seeing how good Greninja is. This is like the Greninja show so far, isn't it? It really is. Like Greninja just really popping off and showcasing what it does in these matchups for us. I wish I didn't have that Chien-Pao bench now, and I just had Greninja. So again, it's like a single prize board. But now's the threat, right? Now's the situation of, oh crap, I've got to bench my Pokemon and Manaphy because they're just going to Greninja again. So they throw a Charmander down. There's the Manaphy. What we would need is a Moonlight Shuriken, not a Moonlight Shuriken, sorry, a Cancelling Cologne. But if not, of course, we can just Oko Pidgeot. So that's also quite nice. Someone in the chat there saying boss in deck when, bro, I've got Prime Catcher in hand, my Donny. What are you talking about? But yeah, we could also go for that. As you can see, someone else also putting in the chat, Jefferson. We could also go for the prize trader of Pidgeot and Rotom. But they, of course, do what Charizard does very well, and that's remove the options. That's where Charizard's skill really comes into play when it comes to playing Charizard. It's not just, oh, evolve Charizard and attack. It's like, you need to remove your liabilities too. And that's what this player is doing very, very well here. Obviously getting the Radzard down a little early, I'd say, in my opinion. Probably would have been better to go for 2 Charmander there and then try and do something, because now I could just, you know, boss up or prime up, sorry, that Charmander. And even the Radzard can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, that just gives me so much. But I think it makes more sense here to go for Pidgeot. So I think... Oh, what am I doing here? Do I really want to go for the Moonlight I don't want a Shuriken here. I really should be going for Chien-Pao. Well, the thing is, right? I guess it's not a bad idea because... no, I think I'm really thinking about it. You could see that as an Ultra Ball, so I can get another... See, now I'm going to be debating Bibarel, right? I think I'm in that tunnel vision right now where I'm like, oh, do I just Chien-Pao or do I go for a Moonlight Shuriken, hopefully hit the Cancelling Cologne? It is 110% correct here to go for the Pidgeot, without a doubt. That's their consistency. That's how they're going to catch up after falling behind here. Obviously, there's Bibarel, but that's only going to do so much. And other concealed cards there. Again, well, the Arena actually gets me the Cologne, right? But it's prized. See, I really wanted the Cologne. You could see it there, unless I had it before and I discarded it. I think it's prized, though. But thankfully, I wasn't too stupid. I was able to just have that Chien-Pao play available. So it's fine. It's fine. You know, you can see there, KO Pidgeot and pray for cancelling kind of prizes. Yeah, so it was prized. And let's see if we actually get it, because cancelling kind of prize would be quite nice here. No, we don't, but that lightning screams hands. Of course, get a hands down, bring up Manaphy, take it out of the barrel, and that's GG. I think I didn't see that, and someone in chat brought it up to me. So, okay, the series is tainted now. It's done. Restart, boys. We got help. No, in all seriousness, yeah, that's clearly the best way to go about it. But as I said, when playing these games, again, I always get so like locked into tunnel vision of like what I want to do that I like decide my play before well, everyone decides their play before they do it, but I decide my play almost like the turn as the turn opens up, without even considering other options, right? I kind of act right away. Obviously, there's also the minion KO. That's also an option. There is a truck right behind my house beeping like crazy right now. Can you shut up? I don't know if you can hear it. Wait. You probably can hear it. If you didn't, I just sound like a schizo. But yeah, Chien-Pao, boom, boom, boom. Didn't even need to go for the hands play here. Just simply... Wait, what am I doing? Why did I do that? What the hell? Am I good, bro? What was that all about? Right, well, let's just take the KO on the Minion and say bye-bye to Zards. Beautiful, beautiful game there. There was that cologne that we were looking for, but didn't need, thankfully. And that brings us back into Charizard. Finally. So again, just needing 3 wins here. We get 3 wins. Bob's your uncle. Yeah, we get to Azelf. Let's see how it goes. So let's see what we play up against here. We are going... What are we going? We are going first. There you go. And this is why I speed up the games, boys and girls, because some Donnies just take forever. I was playing this guy who's playing Goldengo earlier, just on like my side account, where I'm trying to just get up to Arceus by myself for fun. And like practice my own decks and stuff like that for like genuine competitions that I might join in the future. And I was playing this Goldengo, and I remember having like 20 minutes left, and they had 10. Like they had a 10-minute time difference between me and them in playing. So which means they took 10 minutes longer in total in their turns than I have, which is like stupid. But it does happen. It does happen. And in those cases, that's why I cut up my videos, of course, in general, and why in these cases they're sped up, because otherwise I'd be here forever, bro. I can't commentate for 5 hours. You must be joking. Must be having a bubble, mate. Right, well, let's just Charmander here, and we've already had our turn 1, so this is like, wow, we could do a lot here, right? We could also just Moonlight Shuriken again, but we need the cards for it. We have backs. I think we have it already, don't we? Or are we like super close? Are we close? I think I'm debating the Cypher Maniac over the backs there, because obviously I can just Cypher. Oh no, but I could just Ultra Ball here. Oh, wait, why am I getting rid of an energy? Do I have it? No, what am I doing? Hey, Sean! What are you doing, Sean? What? Oh, no, I already had the attachment. Okay. I was baffled, bro. I was like, what am I doing? Okay. I was like, why am I getting rid of the energy when I need that? Okay, we're fine. We're fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm smarter when I'm more focused on my games, okay? And lovely, lovely prizes there, because we did kind of go all in there. But again, bro, it's the Greninja show. Here we are with another situation where we're just dominating Zard because they can't set up, and we just Greninja them. And they are kind of forced into a call for family. Now, if they don't get a Manaphy, which they don't, we just do it all over again. And we have the we have the retrieval right there. I guess here I'm also debating, like, how do I go about this? But no, I realize I'm just going to go again here. I could also, yeah, there we go. Realize this play 2. Do I get an energy, or should I get a prime? Like, wouldn't prime be better? Because then it's actually less energy efficient. I guess not. I guess not. Oh no, of course I needed the energy, didn't I, in order to have the correct energy plus retreat. Yeah, I think I should have primed though, because prime, I think I'm talking about this here. I must be like saying, why didn't I just get prime so I have the free retreat instead of having to cost energy here for no reason? Yeah, either way, it doesn't really matter. We get a Pokestop, we hit the Pokestop, lose Silene, unfortunately, but we do have retrieval and rods, typical stuff. And at this point you just scoop, right? Like, bro, I'm 4 prizes down, 2 prizes left to take, and you haven't even got a Charmander out again. You haven't even got your first Charizard out. Fine, you can go for your Radiant Zard, but I'm just gonna knock that Donnie out. You know what I'm saying? But here as well, they bench anything, we still have Prime with the Lightning energy, so we definitely also have a 2 price turn here, which I don't think I realized. Again, I always kind of miss the hands play. So usually like chat reminds me or I kind of realize later on. And here you can really see me debating it when I kind of already have it, right? And you can kind of see me going, I'm like not thinking about hands at all here. Like I have game right now. Literally, I just need to get the prime. And I'm like sitting there going, oh, I want that prime. I want that prime. I get the prime. Yeah, this is fried brain. This is like a few games into the stream. I'm a bit fried and have missed the very clear and obvious play of prime on Pidgey. So yeah, you can see chat kind of, you know, going crazy at me for, you know, forgetting that. Yeah, I know it's a bit funny, but there you go. Another win there. And we are now at 480, 2 wins away. Come on, boys. 2 wins. We just need 2 wins and we can do it. Come on, man. We can do it for sure. Let's see. So into the next game now. Opening hand is a mulligan, so it doesn't really matter too much. That's perfectly fine. Do like the Chien-Pao. And the Poffin, always nice. And we have a Squivert. So I have no idea what I'm playing against. We have also prized the Bidoof. So the heavy ball, there's some heavy ball info there now, which I think I noticed. And go, right, okay, I've got heavy ball, I can do that now. That's fine. So we can go for double fridge here. I think this was the first game I legit price checked. Like I am fully price checking there. Like I remember saying during the stream, like I've got this prize, I've got this prized. And it's funny, I didn't need to price check because I had heavy ball. So it was like, bro, it was the first game I price checked and I didn't even need to. I had heavy ball to price check for me. Sorry, I'm playing around with my watch and fidgeting, if you hear that. Yeah, I don't know why I was price checking there. Kind of pointless. But either way, learn from my prize in there and go, okay, now we've got, again, a pretty solid board state. We are playing against Zard again. This one, interested to see how it pans out. Of course, they are smart enough to get Manaphy down. And they actually go for TM Evo, which is really cool. So this is the Evo build, which actually kind of benefits of lesser board, I guess that's the way to say it, of a poorer board state in the early game, right? Because as long as you hit the Evo and evolve it to 2 Charmeleon, so long as you just get a Charizard, you're good, right? And you can eventually just get the barrel going. So like it's actually not terrible. To be fair, I haven't actually tried like just straight Bibarel Zard with the Evo play, so I don't actually know what's better personally. Well, clearly it's the Pidgeot one, right? Or the Taunt list, but yeah, it's interesting to see that actually come through. So now I'm like thinking, what do I even do here? But I think I just go for a Hailblade for one and just keep what's in my hands, knowing I have the hands play next turn as well, by just, you know, retreating and attacking. So I do have the hands option. It just depends if they get Zard out. There's a Defiance Band, the Iono, so our play is now different, and we do get a bit rubbish things there, but they just scoop for some reason. I don't know. I don't get it. We are 1 game left, boys. 1 game left, and here's something very interesting. I have made a change here. I've been going this whole episode waffling about how this episode's an hour long, and now it's shorter. That's because I cut the games, because I'll be honest with you, we had a lot of losses. I was dancing between 500 and 520 for a very long time, to a point where I was like, you know what? Let's just skip the crap. Let's just go to the game that may or may not be the decider for the episode. The last game I've recorded when deciding to upload this episode. So if we get it here, we do. If we don't, then in the next episode we'll quickly get it and then go on to the next target for that episode. So we may or may still not get it, but I wanted to shorten the video a little bit, and also I was just losing my mind just talking for that long and waffling so much. I've done a lot of waffling today, a lot of recording, so I'm kind of on my last legs here, boys. Just let me have it, all right? Let me have it. So this will be the last game of the episode. As to whether or not we get to a Zelf is one thing to think about. So we are definitely not at a Zelf, and we are 1 game away from getting it. Actually, at the point of recording this game, as you saw, we were at 510, meaning 1 game would get us there. And we had a bit of a blessing of a game come up as we play Zoroark, and they are not setting up, which is absolutely wonderful. I'm really eyeing up that bundle, by the way. I'm thinking, no way they would bring up Zoroark, but do you know what? I'm going to try it. And they, see if they bring up Zoroark and not realize what's going on. They brought up Zoroark. Bro, I don't know what Donnie was thinking. They legit brought up Zoroark. So now, obviously, I'm looking for that backs, right? I think I'm thinking of Ultra Balling first to get the backs, and I should have, because there it is. Unfortunately, not enough to get that KO. but a very, very lovely start for us. And this is why I'm feeling a bit blessed, because honestly, I could have taken you through those few games where things were just pain. And you can see there's no chat on the screen. So this was one where I actually was recording in my own time going, because for that stream, I think I spent half of that stream after that game that we just saw before this one, trying to get to his elf and just not doing it because I just kept flopping and my brain was fried. So I was like proper, really proper, like trying to get it and just failing constantly. So I just stopped the stream, waited for the next day, and these are the games for the next day to see if I can refresh. And as you're seeing, it's just so much better here. Gonna attach to the big barrel here, debating drawing, and I think we do. And they scoop, boys. We done it. We made it. Oh god, I've paused. Jesus Christ. We made it to his elf. That is so cool. You didn't see the pause there. That was just me pausing. But Jesus, that was the hardest climb in this series so far. Absolutely insane. But I loved it. It was fun. And we go for the next few ranks, which I didn't see there. It's Ho-Oh and then something else. But mate, absolutely mental stuff. Was a blast to play. But we're gonna leave it there. Jesus Christ, I need to get a mouth replacement. Bye-bye.